Grayson, you need to.
He can help it. He can look down. Kurt is up there pushing Jimmy into turn one. And Matt Kenseth, nobody quite close enough to him to help. Carl Edwards behind him. A full car length as they go to turn one.
All right, it's Vega, baby. Right there with me.
Hung up on the outside, maybe get away from him a little bit. They have gotten away from him a little bit too much. Yeah, Carl Edwards did not get close enough on that restart, but down there fighting.
No, that is enough.
Whoa, that was a block.
That's
Matt was not going to let that 99 slippery this time.
You're going to need to move so everybody can see Grayson. Move to the side some.
Warner had this thing won last year here. Hadn't gotten it well. It was with him and Michael when they hadn't gotten in that wreck. Like Newman back in the mix of the front five.
Honey?
They're right back here in the mix. They could get hooked up and go somewhere.
And it's not happening.
Throw back on the outside.
And Danica Patrick said she learned so much in the closing lap of the Daytona 500 when she went from 3rd to 8th on that final race.
I think what she learned there, she's got to be more aggressive. You got to really
like I was saying. What happens if Danica Patrick wins?
To go with the people who could get to the front. Matt Kenseth in front on the outside. Strongest car all day. The cars in the outside lane. As they come off turn 4, coming to 8 laps to go.
I would think that Carl Edwards would want to get up there a little higher on the if he could. I don't think Matt's going to ever get by the 48 unless he gets some help.
And exactly what Daryl just said, that's what Matt is asking for. He said, I need a push. This is the most animated I've heard him on the radio all race long.
Listen, Matt gets really excited. This year, I've never heard him get so excited at the end of these races, particularly the 2-1. He was hollering at the spotter, he was hollering at the crew chief, and I bet he's hollering at everybody right now. And Jimmy Johnson jumps up in front of him.
Yeah, Jimmy got so far out in front of the 78 of Kurt Busch, he had to change lanes in order not to get so far in front of the pack that they would suck up and draft by him.
And here's the deal.
Look at Regan Smith in that 51 getting a push from J.J. Yaley in the 36, making it 3 wide entering the trial.
Where did they come from?
I don't know, but I know where they're headed.
Yeah.
They're headed to the lead. There goes Regan right up alongside of Matt Kenseth in the 20.
7 to go. Regan Smith, yesterday's winner.
Oh, baby,
Goes
it's
to
getting
second.
now. I believe that 51's going to take the lead. 23 drivers, less than a second separating them with 7 to go. Whoa, he wanted to get down to 2.
And now way to the outside comes J.J. Yaley. The unheralded driver driving for Tommy Baldwin in the 36, the sprint car racer. Got right up even with the front with Stenhouse behind him. Couldn't clear.
He's up in front.
Oh, Regan Smith.
The 51 car, Regan Smith, yesterday's winner, taking it to the house again today.
He moved up in front of Kenseth. Was that the right move? Here comes Johnson, and he's stuck in the middle.
Whoa, he was looking for a sweep, but I think he just got swept up.
Sit down.
They're going to freight train him around inside and outside. And again, Kenseth and Johnson, strongest cars all day. Back to the front, Kenseth in red, Johnson in blue.
Seriously.
Harlan was right behind them.
Well, I'm with Denny on this one. They'll never make it another lap or two, Denny. I just don't see no way. This is
No
crazy,
way.
crazy
They ain't
stuff.
going to make it. They got to make it 6 more times.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Holy! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow, good job by Shimmy.
Just Gordon down to the ground. And Kurt Busch went over and over.
Oh my gosh.
They're just, guys, I'm with Denny. And, you know, having been in these situations several times, there's no way you can race that way and make it.
And for the 6th time in 7 Talladega races, a pile-up in the last 8 laps. Look at Ryan Newman's wrecked race car. He's dropped the window net, assigned to safety crews that he is okay.
78 car, Kurt Busch, it is destroyed.
What is Smith trying to
Oh,
play?
and J.J. Yaley on track for his 2nd top 10 restrictor plate finish. And Danica Patrick, both torn up.
Yeah, J.J. Yaley in that 36, he had actually cracked the top 5 there, headed over the back.
Look at the 39 car here of Brian Newman. Somebody's been on top of him.
She has.
I think that somebody was Kurt Busch. Let's watch
Did you see what
from
dog
the Goodyear
had,
blip. See how
You're
that
off.
unfolds. Watch
You're off.
it start black car on the bottom.
I think it starts up on the outside here. Let's see. Right in here somewhere.
That's Regan Smith in the middle and Yaley up top.
Right here, the 51 car. Owen Stenhouse squeezes to the outside. And that's Yaley. And that shoved Yaley down. And look at that 78 car upside down and then lands on top of Ryan Newman's
Like the one
39
who was
car.
all the way on the outside
Bobby Labonte
was the
involved.
one who crossed it and got straight through it.
His fault.
Stenhouse, the rookie, trying to go 4
Is there a
wide
number
on the
17?
outside, running out of room with his number 17.
Yeah, and running out of time. I mean, he's, desperate. And you see the 36 move down just a little bit.
See that Best Buy car, Grayson?
That's rookie. Well, he's a rookie here.
He just couldn't make
He's
it.
a rookie that
This
just caused a
gets
big
ugly.
wreck.
Watch this thing.
That can go in the sink. Thank you.
Whee!
Right on top of Ryan Newman.
Yep.
Hadn't Ryan Newman had cars on top of him before here?
I think the 2009 race.
I think you're right.
Brad Keselowski and Carl Edwards coming to the checker flag.
Boyer's 15 comes up, clogs the track. Both Labonte brothers involved. Stremming. Number of the smaller teams on the way to a good finish here.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
sliding down through the mud.
Thank you.
Now watch the 36, the red and white car comes up just a little bit. And that contact with Stenhouse was enough that he comes down into Ambrose, and it's on.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88 just squeezed by.
There's Danica. She almost went over.
See Danica up and against the wall with Terry Labonte.
You can take and that's Bennett. Stop.
55 just barely squeezed by.
I am videoing.
Let's ride with Danica.
Stop it. There's my weirdo sister. Which I hate.
J.J. Yaley with Matt Yoakum.
He's pulled the car back in the garage area, and JJ, you've seen several different versions of what took place. Tell me from your vantage point.
I was trying to win the race, and went to the outside and had a great run. Almost got to the lead there the previous lap, and as we were going back straight away, Regan kind of side drafted me, and we were just kind of going along fine. And the next thing you know, I got hit in the right rear corner, caught me sideways, and spun me back across the pack. And it looks like the Stenhouse just went the outside, and there's not enough room out there, and just enough to clip me, get me loose, and then it was on from there, a little carnage. But, we were trying to feed the kids, trying to win a race, and had a really good run going for Golden Corral, and unfortunately, we got to our race car now.
All right, thank you, JJ.
Thank you.
Tough break for that 36 small two-car team of Tommy Baldwin. And a tougher break for Kurt Busch. All drivers have climbed from their cars and are okay.
That is 3,300 pounds of race car flipping through the air like a feather.
But Darrell, it definitely looked like Stenhouse thought that Yaley had made just enough move to the inside that it was going to open up a big enough hole for him to get that 17 car.
Remember what we said in the opening? When you make a move, finish it. And that's kind of where I saw that 36. He started to make a move, but then he hesitated. Stenhouse didn't. We get this big mess.
No.
Earnhardt Jr.
Whoa. What a view. Looking back.
They're saying David's car.
Danica's car that's in back there almost.
No, it's not.
They're saying he hesitated. Ricky didn't. Ricky just kept driving. Ricky thought there was going to be enough room, but JJ didn't go where he was supposed to go.
Well, JJ does have a small team.
You want some of Daddy's tea, Piper?
Oh, I know why Mark Martin isn't in this race. Because of Michael Waltrip.
Yeah, because he's actually already been to pit road, that 55 car.
Look at this.
Can't be the only one.
Barely got through
just
there.
like you
Darrell
are.
talked about 3,300 pounds. A couple of changes NASCAR made to the roll cage at the top of the windshield was for hits just like that.
Yeah, they doubled up the bars around the front of the windshield up there where this windshield lays back a little bit more. It puts a little more angle on that bar that runs along the edge of the A-post. They doubled it up.
In fact, they added another bar, and it's called the Newman bar.
The Newman bar. This is amazing stuff right here. Look at this.
And hats off to all of our NASCAR on Fox camera crew. They've been out in the weather for most of the 8 hours that we've been on the air to bring you these great pictures of a devastating pileup inside of 10 laps to go.
Hey, Denny.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Well, I think we both know what happened.
That wasn't too hard to call, was it, brother?
No, I was listening to you, and you're like, it's coming any lap now. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, like this one. Yeah, you can't go that long and not have a wreck, especially when you get 3 and 4 wide. You got no choice. I mean,
I was injured, right?
It's not
But he was not involved in the wreck.
turning the wheels into each other as much as it is the air pushing them into each other.
That's
so
why he's in the Hollywood Hotel.
It's inevitable. It's going to happen. And I
There's
think
Uncle
that's
Patrick.
probably
Her car's going
it
up.
for the big wrecks, especially we're going to have probably a green light checker here. So I think that it's going to be a battle of attrition, and who picks the right line here? Looks like Kansas leading. They'll probably choose the inside line here, and more than likely will be in good shape.
You saw Danica Patrick being pushed back to the garage. Not happy. She was on her way to a top dozen finish. On the cake, and I think you just got a great birthday present right here. Let's ride along. Yeah, this is, he's right up next to the wall. He's going to get in the wall a little bit right here, but just look how close he came to getting T-bone right in the driver's door.
Thank you.
That's what was right behind him. Let's see if we can get the old boy.
Right here.
Hey, Mike, CW. Got a boring out there.
Holy crap.
9, 10. Thank you.
That I know is not
Got under them? You know when they say, as far as says you got one under you? I don't think that's what they mean.
Yeah, Michael,
He sounds like Ricky Bobby.
it's pretty dark.
It's going to be we can't make something happen to these 2 lap sprint to the finish. Grace has had it all and has lost it all day. And I'm just so thankful to get to be right at the middle of it.
22, 23,
Hey, Mikey, can you hear me?
25,
Hang on, man, Mikey. Your partner in the hotel, your replacement wants to send you a message. Hang on.
Tell him if he can't get a top 10, he can't get a ride home.
He said if you can't get a top 10, you get no ride home.
29,
That's a lot of pressure. 13. I like my chances. I like my chances. So we went in there to the hotel. He doesn't need to get too comfortable in there. He's got other stuff he needs to worry about.
He's been there so long, he's grown a beard.
All right, Michael's last win right here, 2003.
Let's go to the care center, Matt Yoakum.
And Ryan Newman has walked out okay.
Yeah, cute puppy
You
face.
experienced it firsthand, having that 78 coming towards you in the air. Describe this wild ride, Ryan.
First of all, to my family and friends, I'm doing this interview to let everybody know that I'm all right. They can build safer race cars, they can build safer walls, but they can't get their heads out of their asses far enough to keep them on the racetrack. And that's pretty disappointing. I wanted to make sure I get that point across. And y'all can figure out who they is, but that's no way to end a race. Our car was much better than that. Poor judgment and restarting the race, poor judgment. I mean, you got what you wanted, but poor judgment and running in the dark, running in the rain.
It's not the first time he's had another car on top of his. And I remember, Larry, every restrictor plate race that we went to seemed like Ryan had one of these unbelievable crashes like we just saw here.
Oh, yeah, until he finished 5th in this year's Daytona 500. It had been a bad run for him as far as Daytona and Talladega.
Newman had nothing to do with that accident getting started. He was about 4 rows behind it, trying to find a safe path. Goes hard.
Spectators get hurt during that crash racing
Huh?
up against the wall.
How? Edwards?
Spectators.
Just barely scraped the wall. Yeah, it's not a big street this year, just outside.